What's up, everyone? The Panda Photographer, and I want to talk to you about a situation that happened here, not on the campus, but at the library itself. And you guys that have been subscribed to this channel have known that I'm a photographer, an amateur videographer, and I've been struggling for the past year, right? Not only photography side of things, well, that too. But business is not going as great as I would like it to be. But recently, 2 days ago, I had some security personnel came up to me, and as you can see, this is what I have with me. So I got this Osprey backpack, and I got my Pelican 1510 with my Low Pro 300W. It's a Low Pro 300 AW, which is one of Low Pro's expensive backpacks. Now, all that is like camera gear, softbox, tripod, slider, all that other stuff, gimbals inside there. And I've been struggling trying to accomplish some goals. Why is it doing that? Okay, it's having internet issues here, but right now I'm in a situation where I have to decide, and I already decided, but I'm going to tell you about a situation I'm having. And yes, Gorilla, that over there is a Low Pro 300 AW, and that's almost a $400 backpack. But you know, my camera, my gear is in there. My Pelican case has my gear as well. Sorry for the belt. I guess I did this at the bad time. It's 6 o'clock, and I think there's a wedding going on right behind me. Well, will be going on right behind me. They're prepping, but not sure. But anyway, I want to talk about why I was kicked out the library. And let me tell you some things that I really disagree with, but I do understand. And for one, I've been in San Jose for quite some time now, and I've been utilizing this library for a number of things. I don't go in the library to take baths. I don't go in the library to make a mess of things. I don't go in the library to bother no one. And as a photographer, an amateur videographer, and an amateur YouTuber, I come in the library to access the internet so I can create content and upload. Hey, Bob. Well, I'm gonna get to that in a second, Bob, about me being houseless for a moment. I'm gonna get to that. I want to just talk about why I use the library so you guys have a better understanding what is going on here. Now, I've been using the library for quite some time now, and all I do is upload content and create content, watch other photographers, watch other YouTubers, because like I said, we never stop learning what we do as creators or artists. We always want to be inspired by others, and that's why I use the library as well. Not just to upload my content, but to chat with people, to conversate with people, to conversate with you guys, to watch other photographers and other videographers. But the one problem that I had was that when security came up to me 3 days ago and told me that I have too much stuff, and they had too much stuff, and let me tell you a breakdown. They gave me a piece of paper with these requirements of personal belongings. Now, I do understand, but the security personnel have seen me every single day, all the time. My stuff is under the table. It's not a fire hazard. It's not a problem with any of people that walk in or sit next to me. My internet is going terribly wrong. But anyway, the internet out here is going terribly wrong. But right now, they told me that I can't bring all this stuff inside because it's too much. And I said, listen, I don't go into your bathrooms. I don't make a mess like some of these homeless individuals do. I'm not picking on the houseless people, but there are homeless people that come into this library. They make a mess of shit that should not even be a mess. It should just come in here like respectful people and just do what they're supposed to do and have respect for the library and for the place. And that's what I do. Have respect for the place, have respect for the library. But they're telling me that I can't bring this stuff. Then they asked me that, I see you have a lot of camera gear. Do you film? I said, yes, I film. And if you see me on the campus, you see me filming. Then they tell me that I'm not allowed to do lives or take pictures in the library. That's not true. Because, for one, before I came here, before I went into the library, I asked some heads of security personnel, can I use the library to talk to people online? Yeah, sure. You go to the second floor, they said. The second floor is for that purpose, but keep your voice to a nice decibel so you're not overbearing others when they study and stuff like that. But the second floor is where people study, they talk, you hear people discuss about their classwork. It's also a place where people go eat too. So I don't see why they now picking on me as an individual. And I told them, yes, I'm a temporary houseless right now, but that doesn't differ me from using the library like everyone else, like a normal person. So they're giving me this lowdown about how we need to instruct all these rules now. And I was like, but that's not fair, because I just see someone with bigger luggage come inside. They say, yeah, but they have one piece of luggage. Then I said, what about the students when they come in with their camera gear and all their stuff? And I said, isn't that the same as because basically what they're trying to apply here is that I'm causing a fire hazard in some ways, which that's not true. If my stuff is under the table where you can't even see it, you literally have to go under the table like this and look under the table to see it, how's that a fire hazard? And then said, well, you're blocking the wall. I'm not blocking anything at all. This person sitting next to me, at the time there was another student sitting next to me. Am I bothering you? I asked him, is my stuff bothering you? He goes, no, not at all. But they still wanted to put the pressure on me. But I was So I asked them, if someone comes in the library and start taking pictures of me, okay, so right now, I'm not able to go inside the library, but I can go inside the lobby. Now they have power outlets in the library. I just used it and to charge my phone, but also to charge my battery brick. So right now, I'm in a pickle where I'm not able to get inside this library yet. And basically, I've been told that I am not able to come inside with my belongings. And not only that, I can't do any videography work. I can't do any YouTube content in there, although other people are doing it and other students. And I feel that I'm being picked on because of my status as a temporary houseless individual. And I feel that this is the wrong message to send to the public. This is the wrong message to send to anyone that wants to travel here, because from my understanding, when I first came here and spoke to some of the personnel here on the campus grounds, this is a friendly campus that it has invited everyone without any discrimination. But I'm not saying that I'm being discriminated, but I'm being picked on. But they know I don't cause any trouble. They know that there has been some disagreement in the past with me and security. When I first came here, I had to have the counselor come down here and set them straight about asking me for my personal identification when I'm not a woman, because they thought a woman went into the men's bathroom. Then they're going to ask you for identification. I said, I'm not entitled to show you the identification if you're looking for a woman. And I just came out the men's bathroom. So therefore, I don't feel like comfortable to show you my passports or anything like that. But I'm going to show you my passport anyway. But you're going to say that I'm a problem in the law. Basically, what they're trying to apply here is that I'm a problem. And I feel that this is not fair in a lot of ways. I feel that me being discriminated because of my stuff here, as you can see it. And listen, they don't understand what kind of situation I am in. and I don't do drugs. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a troublemaker. I don't have a criminal record. I I got my first ticket here in San Jose, which was a bad experience, by the way, and beat that ticket. Waste of time. Waste of time. But as you can see, does that look like a lot to you? It might be so, but it's absolutely not a lot of stuff. But right now, I'm just trying to see if I can make it. Well, what I'm trying to do right now is try to sell my Pateron micro lens. I've been trying to sell this lens for like a couple of months now, and recently I made a live video about the guy that's trying to scam me. And then he tried to scam me again, sort of, on Let's Go app, saying if I'd ship. I was like, dude, this is the same old guy. This is the same guy that tried to scam me. But I'm trying to sell my lens so I can get a bus ticket, so I can move on, get out of San Jose. Because it seems like, I'm not saying California's a bad place. I'm just saying that they waited, what, 8 months to decide, 7 months, 8 months to decide to like tell me now that I'm not allowed to go into the library because of my belongings. Listen, I got like, I don't know how much in value that's there. I got maybe like what, my Sigma lens is about, if I had insurance for it right now, that's an $800 lens. My micro lens is $700 lens. My camera body is a $100 lens, $1,100 lens. Grip, all that stuff is value over $3,000 right now. You're telling me that my stuff is posing a threat to this library. Now, I know they have a job to do. I'm not trying to discriminate against that. I'm not trying to be an asshole about this. But I just feel very uncomfortable that I was selected to be picked out. I'm not dirty. I'm not smelly. I'm always clean. I'm always punctual. I always dress appropriate. Always matching colors so they can identify me. I always am very friendly to the students that come to this library. I'm always talking to the security and letting them know what's the problems that is going on in the library. I'm not taking the space in the library at all. I'm not actually wasting or taking showers in the bathroom or messing up the bathroom, which I do have to agree with some of the security, is that some of the houses people come in, they make a mess in the bathrooms. Oh my God, you should see what they do in the bathroom. This is why, sometimes I always say to myself, this is why you don't have a home. But now I'm being subject to the same abuse. And I feel like it's unfair to those that are trying to survive and trying to do what is possible for themselves, like myself, and trying to do something in this country, and trying to do the right thing, okay? But they don't give me the chance to do what I have to do. Yes, you know, to me, that is a lot of stuff. That's not a lot of stuff. That's on my back. When I take it off my back, it goes underneath the table. The Pelican and the Low Pro goes underneath the table as well, in my own space, not bothering anyone. For them to just say like I'm making a fire hazard, I'm causing some problems in the library, and they do have, like I said earlier, they do have a requirement of personal belongings. But I feel like I'm to a point where I'm done. I'm literally done with this place, and I want to move on. So I'm trying to sell my lens. I didn't almost get scammed. I just made the post to seem like, well, it could have been a scam if I wasn't smart enough. It could have been a successful scam if I wasn't smart enough to think about who this person is, who's buying my lens, what kind of money he's giving me. If I wasn't scammed like I was in New York City and like I was here before, then maybe I would have not known about this scam that's going on Craigslist. And I have to say that when I'm trying to sell something to get money to pay for something or get something, Let Go and Craigslist are the two. Well, Let Go is an app. It's unsafe. This is an unsafe environment, an unsafe app that doesn't provide security. But right now, I'm in the pickle here where I want to get a bus ticket as soon as possible, and I don't get YouTube money like that because YouTube suppresses the videos, and when they do suppress the videos, it's more like they only will show it to a certain few number of people, then it goes away. But yeah, it seems like my videos don't get any attraction like they used to long ago when I was making video content about photography. If you look back on my channel, like in 2016, it was getting buzzing. It got like 5,000, 10,000. I got one that's like 20,000 views. One video is 11,000 views. One video is 15,000 views. And now that just increased due to the algorithm that YouTube says, oh, you're not making enough money for us, so therefore we're not going to help you out here. And I wish YouTube just helped me out here with the content that's being shared on their platform. But anyway, so I was thinking about doing time lapse tonight, but I feel like I don't feel like doing any time lapse tonight. Just I'm having neck pains and back pains right now, and that's from the lack of sleep that I'm getting, which is very, very unhealthy, by the way. It's by far, like, you have to get, as an adult at my age, 37, you are entitled and required to get at least 7 hours of rest. If not, this could cause heart problems, breathing problems. This can cause a lot of health issues for myself, and I'm very worried about that. So if you don't believe me, look it up. I used to be the undergrad medical student, so I'm pretty sure I know about these certain circumstances about individually health. But me getting a lack of sleep and worry about what kind of content, I'm always worried about my content for a lot of reasons. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I don't have my drone anymore. I used to have a drone when I got here. That got stolen, you know, and I wish I can do the drone thing again. If you look back on my channel, I was flying my drone and getting shots. And if you look at my timeline story, drone footage, and a lot has changed to my content. The drone made my videos a little bit more dramatic, but more watchable, more feelings. But right now, I am struggling as a photographer. Right now, I'm struggling as a photographer and videographer, and you know, life is tough, but I'm still hanging in there. I'm not letting this going to stop me from what I'm going to be doing, but I hope I have enough battery in this brick because I've been using it for the last 3 days. I tried to charge it for the hour, but it needs at least 6 hours to charge to get a full charge. But hopefully there's some sort of charge. But right now I am outside the library, as you can see it, and I'm on campus here using the Wi-Fi. But other than that, guys, yep, this is what real life situations for anyone. Now, as I said before, not here to try to persuade you to believe me or not, but if you call the library and you say, hey, what is your personal belongings or your personal belongings guidelines, they would tell you, like, you can't bring large luggage bags, and they said that it's a large luggage. That is a large luggage, the backpack. And yeah, it is large, but when it's weird how they came at me as if like what I have is stolen property. Because why is a police officer standing right next to you? Why is he asking me all these questions about my belongings? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's not required to ask me about my belongings. I paid for all that stuff. That stuff either came from donations from you guys that I needed, or stuff that I had in the past. But how did I get my hands on that stuff? Oh wait, how does a photographer get his hands on it? He buys it, which, and I feel like there might be some some labeling going on when it comes down to the houseless people, and there are good houseless people that so far I met only very, very few, because let's be honest, people steal from each other all the time, and I feel like when people steal from each other, especially houseless people, when they steal, it just makes no sense. Like, my shoes got stolen like a week and some days ago, and that was fucking the worst. Like, dude literally, and that was my mistake. That was not his mistake, that was my mistake. I put my shoes right next to me, and I knew something was wrong that night, but I don't want to talk about it. But I got shoes now, but then they just temporaries for right now. But other than that, yeah. So that's what's going on in the library, and that's what's taking place here. So right now, I'm just deciding what to do. And some of these students, they see me all the time. Some of these students right now that are walking by me, even the security, they see me all the time. They say hello, they say hi. They say, what are you shooting today? Are you shooting? I'm like, I'm not shooting anything. But they see me do a live, they don't want to talk. Like this Asian group here, they saw me in way, I showed them way, I told them to say hi, but I guess they don't want to interrupt my live, but maybe they come, no, they're right there. They come back, or I talk to them when I'm done. But like, people see me, I'd love to know, like, hey, sorry for the mic. I went to the best university that I would definitely recommend anyone to go to. Let's say it's top one, but the best experiences ever. Yes, university's demanding, finances demanding. You got to get your work done. That's UW. But you know, when it comes down to university lifestyle, there are some students that can understand, that can open their hearts. But it seems like when people get older and they got certain, like the security guards, the security in the library, they get a job and they are also supposed to protect and serve the community, right? And I recommend, I do applaud them for that. But it's when you take your job to a point where you literally think you're a cop. You're not a cop, okay? You can't tell someone what to do and what they cannot bring, or what they should buy and what they should wear. I don't know, man. I'm just upset that I can't go onto a table and use the library. Now I gotta be hanging out in a lobby with no tables, and sorry guys. See, a lot of students see me all the time. I'm not afraid to be out here and let them know, like, hey, I'm houseless, and this is the one thing they always say: you don't look like a houseless person. Like, look at the way I'm dressed right now. Yeah, I got headphones on. I got a Gucci fucking hat, which I bought this a long time ago. Actually, I didn't really. I bought this a long time. I got this a long time ago. Sorry, I was looking for the words. But this was a gift from my cousin in Japan. I bought her some Gucci stuff a while ago, and I told her that she needed to pay me back, and she said, hey, I will buy you something now. And 2016, she brought me this hat. So yeah, not cheap at all. And when people say, is that real Gucci? You want to see it's real Gucci? It is real Gucci. Okay? I'm not trying to be a baller. I'm not trying to be a shot caller or a hothead person. I'm just trying to be me. Some things I do like. I like fancy stuff sometimes. But sometimes I always, and everyone knows, the Panda Photographer, if you've been in Wisconsin, New York, Vancouver, Portland, Osaka, Seoul, Taiwan, or you've been to London, like, hey, the Panda Photographer, that's the guy that wears bow ties all the time. I'm always with jeans, with sneakers, with a dress shirt, bow tie, different color, with a V-neck vest on. That was my normal dress code all the time. Even when it's hot as shit outside, I would come out like, because I feel great about myself, and I still feel great about myself right now. But at this moment, I don't feel like this right now, this whole predicament, me getting kicked out of the library, is justice at all. I just think it's just like, yeah, just kick out all the homeless people, and don't care what they say. I don't care if they do. They're not even. I don't care. It seems like they just say, I don't care if they are trying to do what they need to do. I don't care how much belongings how many belongings they have. Get them out. So that's the reality of the shit here in the U.S. And I'm saying the U.S. because, like, for instance, like, there are a lot of places in the world that have treated me with better hospitality, no matter what status I am. And this is no different from me traveling when I was doing this like 2 years ago. This is no different. I could just say I'm a traveler and I'm stopping by, I'm staying here for quite some time, and I have a right to bring my belongings with me because I got my stuff stolen. I don't trust the places I stay. I don't trust the international hospital anymore. I don't trust hotels anymore because people go through your belongings. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So, with that said, I'm just trying to do what is right and what is best for me. And at this time, I think that being kicked out the library is unjustifiable when I had caused no issues whatsoever in the library. Just to get kicked out because I have my belongings and my camera gear and being labeled as a houseless individuals that might cause trouble in the future, I don't feel that is absolutely justifiable to say you're not allowed to get here. You can't bring your stuff here. So basically, I'm banned with my stuff. If I don't have my stuff, I can come in the library. Other than that, that is the end of the question for them. So, and I am waiting for the chief of security to come back on vacation, from vacation, I guess, or whatever he's doing. I'm not sure where he is. They said that if you want to dispute it, you can talk to my head of security. And I'm going to let them know, I'm not a troublemaker. I don't take baths in your bathroom. I take baths where I go do my private, personal thing. But that is mostly photography gear. Slider, yes, that big bag there is a soft box with my big bag and all that stuff, and slider and but I'm let him know that you already dealt with my counselor before, okay? When you guys try to kick me off from saying that I was violation of going, you tried to say that I was a woman going in the men's bathroom. You asked me for my identification. Now this shit months later. So I'm trying to stay in a happy place right now. I really am. I am really, really trying to stay in a very positive place. And I'm positive about this. But there's some things that concern me when you pick on only the houseless people, when students can have as much stuff as I can and bring their stuff in, because I see it happen a lot. You don't go towards the students. Why? So I've seen students bring suitcases and then all this stuff for their classwork. You're not saying anything to them, but you say something to me? When my stuff is under the table and you can't even see it. You literally have to come right here and look under the table like this to order to see it. But you're claiming that I'm a fire problem. I'm a fire hazard. I'm not a fire problem. I'm not a fire hazard. You just pick it on me because, one, you probably you got new people working here, and one, you're picking on me on my status right now. My status is temporary houses. Two, it could be because I'm a black-skinned person in this country, and racism is everywhere. Just to remind you all that racism is everywhere. I was picked on in Japan because I was black. I was picked on a lot of places when I was younger, but that has passed. Okay? But I tell you this right now. I'm done with this place, so I'm trying to save as much money as possible to get a bus ticket out of here as fast as possible. So I'm trying to sell the micro lens, but if I can't do that, then sorry, I got to rely on the content as much, and try to see how much donations I get through the PayPal, and use that money to get a bus ticket. I'm going to go to Portland. I already talked to a Japanese family that I met there, and I told them that I might be coming up there because I told them actually I want to come up there because I got kicked out the library here, and a lot of things has happened here. I got a ticket for something I didn't do. Beat that. But yeah, so I'm trying to get a bus ticket and get out of here, then move on to another place. And besides, there's not much to take photos of this place anyway, because technically it's a very, very, very small, it's not a small city. It's just like everything is so spread out. So like, this might be San Jose, this might be the valley, but everything is so scattered out from one place. And like San Jose is like downtown, right? Then you have Adobe on that side then you have all the other companies. Then you got to go all the way to Mountain View and all the way up past like 15-20 minutes to go to the tech giants. So everything's all spread out. So, you know, but surrounding this small little set downtown San Jose are suburbs. So not much to do, take photos of, but there's quite photos to take of. As a photographer, I see potential, but on time photographers come out is where there's an event, or there's portraits be made, or there's students graduating right now, pictures are being taken, and that's the only time I see photographers. It's when it's time to make money. It's not time to when you want to educate or share your wisdom with the world, or let people know what you do when you're not making money. Or I asked many photographers that shoot professionally out here that I saw, do you make, I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't deal with that. I just try to focus on money. But people want to know what's your secret sauce sometimes, you know? But it's not like that anymore. It's not like that here. But this is a great campus. You can take photographs here. You can do portraits here without a license or a permit or anything like that. But with that said, guys, I'm going to end this live really quickly. So other than that, yep. You guys want to support the channel, the PayPal link is down in the description below. But as of right now, I'm going to be kicking it outside until I have enough to get a bus ticket and get the freak out of here. But no longer can go to the library, and there's no locker system. Not paying for a locker. That's just insane. What was it? $12 for the day. Okay, $12 each day. You know how I can buy my bus ticket by the end of like next week. Seriously, that's just no. That's not. I'm not gonna waste $12 on a locker, and I only could put one item in that locker. That's unfortunate. So, but other than that, guys, thank you for watching. And as a photographer and videographer, this can happen to anyone. Life is a struggle. Life is all about challenges. So don't take life as if you have a good life, you should be proud of that life. Listen, this is my first time being houseless. This is my first year being houseless. Number one, first year. And I have to say, it's been good and bad. It's been good and bad. It's been up and then it's been down. But that's the reality of it. And that is the whole point about life, is that you got to take it the way it is and deal with it and fight it. Fight against it and keep pushing harder and harder and harder until you get out of this situation. And right now, that's what I'm doing, applying to jobs. And now that everything is going good for me with the visa situation, now I can go, I went to the Social Security Administration place, so I can get some Social Security numbers, stuff thing, blah, 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 thingy, whatever, to file for the taxes, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Even though I have to update it, but stuff like that. Oh, it's such a complicated thing. They want me to do this and want me to do that. But other than that, guys, yeah. So, yep, that's much it, guys. So, do what you can. Life is all about challenges. When you fail, when you fail at something in life, that doesn't mean that you necessarily failed, because that means that you've actually succeeded at some point. Think about it. If you fail at something, that means you were doing something good, but somewhere down the road, something or someone interfered. So you have to correct it. Once you correct it, you see it come back to fruition and things get better. But with that said, eat, sleep, photography, videography, repeat. And I'll see you guys next live. Take care.